Talent Spikes TV, where extraordinary training equals extraordinary talent. Today we are giving you a book review on Mamba Mentality by Kobe Bryant. Fantastic book. Number one takeaway is Kobe is a prime example of the benefits we can achieve by really getting a single pointed focus, i.e. obsession, with our sport, our craft, our domain. Amazing book by an amazing, inspiring performer. Before we get into Mamba Mentality, if you have not yet checked out our totally free 67 reps to getting the best physical condition of your life ebook, $99 value, check that out below. Totally free. Join the thousands of peak performers around the world who have gone through the program and gotten the best physical condition of their life in 67 reps. And we're shooting this in a beautiful location. It is Veterans Day 2019. I'm out here in nature with my two sons and their friend. They're building a fort over. You can hear them banging. Being in nature has amazing benefits. It has amazing benefits for your brain in terms of your cognitive functioning. It also has amazing benefits for your holobiome. If you have not heard that word before, we want to start saying this and start making this something we think about. How's my holobiome doing today? What am I doing today to improve my holobiome? Your holobiome is basically the gut bugs that make up your microbiome inside your gut, and the skin bugs that make up the biome on your skin. Check out the videos we have on those to learn about how these gut bugs play a big factor in determining your performance, your health, and your longevity. Mamba Mentality. Like I said, this is an amazing book, and Kobe Bryant knew from a very young age that he wanted to be a top basketball player. Now, his dad, Joe Jellybean Bryant, was a former NBA player, grew up in Philadelphia, actually was drafted and initially played for the 76ers and got moved to the San Diego Clippers. And his dad was a fantastic talent, super long, 6'10", 6'11", but I don't know the entire situation. He just did not fully fit in terms of the NBA. So he took his family over to Italy, where he had an amazing career, 10, 15 years, became an absolute basketball legend in Italy. And in Italia is where Kobe Bryant found his obsession for the game of basketball. From 7, 8, 9 years old, he talked about basketball. He played basketball. He played basketball by himself. He played basketball with his Italian friends. He went to his dad's games. He was the guy with the push brooms on the court, keeping the dust off the court. And Kobe was really single-handedly obsessed with basketball, and of course that led him to being one of the greatest basketball players of all time. Now, this is a great, it's built kind of like a coffee table book. It's great for the images in it are amazing. And what Kobe really goes into in here, he really breaks down kind of the different aspects of what it takes to be an amazing basketball player. And then under those aspects, he talks about how much time, effort, and focus he put into each one of those components that was made him Kobe Bryant, right? One of the greatest basketball players of all time, one of the greatest scorers, 5 championship rings, amazing defender, scored 61 points in his last game, which I don't know if that'll ever be done again. That was absolutely incredible. I always aim to kill the opposition. We live in a world where we want to fit in, right? We live in a world where we want to fit in. We don't want to step on anyone's toes. Kobe Bryant was an absolute predator on the basketball court. And if you study a gentleman by the name of Will Durant, who was one of the smartest men in history, much smarter than me, he studied kind of the history of human civilization, and what he found was his first law was that all life is competition, and we want to compete. And one of the things that made Kobe so extraordinary is he wanted to kill his opponent. He wanted to demolish his opponent. He wanted to take his heart away. He was not concerned about the other person's feelings. He was not concerned about how he would be in terms of how he would be portrayed. There's that great example. I think it was in Tim Grover's book, Relentless. Tim Grover, Michael Jordan's former trainer, Kobe Bryant's former trainer, where Dwight Howard, he's had kind of a turbulent career, but when Dwight Howard initially joined the Lakers, this is when Dwight was considered a very good player in the NBA, and it was the big deal that he was going to join Kobe. And he calls Kobe up, and he says, hey Kobe, this is Dwight, excited to play for you. He was coming off a back injury. My back's at 85%. And Kobe said, I need you at 100%. And then he hung up the phone. He was not worried about Dwight Howard's feelings. He was worried about the end result, which was to win games, win championships, be the most dominant player he could be. And in doing that, he didn't care about what Dwight Howard thought. And of course, now what we know, Dwight Howard did not really show the drive and determination and focus which separate the best from the rest, right? Going back to that, I never shied away from contact. Predator. This is a great part. When it came to basketball, I had no fear. I want to read this quote. What I mean by that is if I wanted to implement something new into my game, I'd see it and try incorporating it immediately. This is an amazing thing in terms of your sport, your craft, your domain. We can utilize YouTube as a tool to do exactly this. I wasn't scared of missing, looking bad, or being embarrassed. That's because I always kept the end result, the long game, in my mind. This goes back to Anders Ericsson, the science of expertise. One of the 4 components of deliberate practice is getting out of our comfort zone. That's what Kobe would do when he would see a move that he had not done yet. He would get out of his comfort zone and try and replicate it and understand that it was probably not going to be at a high, he wasn't going to be able to get it immediately. And he wasn't worried about how it would look. He was focused on the long game of, he'd eventually figure it out. He had no fear. I always focused on the fact that I had to try something to get it. And once I got it, I'd have another tool in my arsenal. If the price was a lot of work and a few missed shots, I was okay with that. As a kid, I would work tirelessly on adding elements to my game. I would see something I liked in person or on film, go practice it immediately, and practice it more the next day, and then go out and use it. Which is a great, in terms of skill acquisition, that is a proven strategy. Don't listen to me, listen to Kobe Bryant. You try this new drill in practice, try it a few days in practice on your own, try it by yourself, then try it in practice, then try it in a game. Navy SEALs call it a crawl, walk, run approach to learning skills. By the time I reached the league, I had a short learning curve. I could see something, download it, and have it down pat. From the beginning, I wanted to be the best. I had a constant craving, a yearning to improve and be the best. I never needed any external forces to motivate me. And this is a really big deal because we all have unique gifts and unique motivations and a unique internal drive that's everyone's different. You want to find out what that is for you. If it is to be a top NBA basketball player, like it was for Kobe Bryant, make sure that you are internally motivated to do that rather than the external bling which we're bombarded with. Because if you're externally motivated and not internally motivated, then the passion, the drive, the grind, the relentless desire to improve and get better is just not going to be there. From the beginning, I wanted to be the best. I had a constant craving, a yearning to improve and be the best. I never needed any external forces to motivate me. During my rookie year at first, some scouting reports said I wasn't tough. The first time I went to the basket in games, I'd get hit and the defense would think they had me. I'd come back the very next play and pick up an offensive foul just to send them a message. And this is amazing because, remember, Kobe came to the NBA straight out of high school. He was only 17, 18, so physically he was not going to be able to match up with the guys he was guarding, especially when he was a rookie. And this shows that to be at peak performance and develop extraordinary talent, will is just as important as skill. Skill is just as important as will, but no, will is just as important as skill. I didn't need that extra push to be great though. From day one, I wanted to dominate. My mindset was, I'm going to figure you out. Everything is figure outable. Whether it was AI, Tracy, Vince, or if I were coming up today, LeBron, Russ, Steph, my goal was to figure you out. And to do that, to figure those puzzles out, I was willing to do way more than anyone else. That was the fun part for me. And that's how he developed that amazing sense of confidence, is Kobe would just get more reps in. Kobe made it a purposeful practice to make 1,000 shots every day, in season and off season. Not shoot 1,000 shots, make 1,000 shots. And that gave him a real authentic confidence because he knew the guys he were going against was not doing that. And just that's one of my favorite stories too of when Kobe was a rookie. If you remember, I'll put a link in the description below, but that season ended in the second round of the playoffs against Utah with tight game, overtime game, Kobe shooting 4 air balls to end the game. And in overtime, they ended up losing the series, losing the series. And no one really knew how good Kobe was going to be at this point. He had a rookie year where he did not play that much. And then you had this end to it where he shoots 4 air balls, which is pretty rare in the NBA. So it's a question of how does Kobe Bryant respond when he shoots 4 air balls in such a critical moment on national TV. And there's this great story of right when they get off the plane from Utah to Los Angeles, he immediately goes to this small, dingy elementary school gym by his apartment and makes 1,000 shots. That's how he responded to that situation. It was no victim mode. It was no, what is the world going to think of me? It was, fuck that, I shot the shots. No one else on my team was shooting them. I'm in charge of my game. Next year I want to learn from it and I want to come back even better. Absolutely inspiring. Mamba mentality. Highly recommend it. Amazing book. Let's see if there's anything else that really stands out. I'll put the Amazon link in before as well. Talks about how he attacked the weight room, how he attacked his attention to detail, something I communicate with the people in my programs and myself and my sons, is that Kobe learned that for him to have a strong attention to detail on the basketball court, he needed to apply that in all areas of his life. Just a standard of excellence in wherever he went in terms of his attention to detail and his focus, so it would not have to be some kind of switch he would be able to turn on when he went to the basketball court, because it was always on. And that translated to a higher standard in terms of his brand and his relationships in his life and everything else. Now what he's doing now as a leader of a media company, and these books he's putting out and these movies he's putting out, this attention to detail and this standard of excellence is a great symbol of Kobe Bryant. Mamba mentality, amazing book. Check out the link below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Talent Spikes TV, where extraordinary training equals extraordinary talent. And I will see you guys at the next video.